So if you are out there right now and you are not having a pleasant experience of everyday life, please feel free to give us a call. We are live now. We can take calls. You can call us on 0784 166 887. 0784. The number will be in the comment section, so please make sure to call us. We have put the number in the comment section, the first comment there. Call us on that number if you are not having a pleasant experience of life. So I'm your host Regina, and today I have a special guest in the building. I'm so excited. We have Trinos Dongo Juggernaut. He is a senior strategy consultant at Whitfield. He is the founder and director at Salt Communications. He is also director at Afric Glam Private Limited, and he is also a director at TP Logistics. He also wears many other hats, including being a 5-times author. And today we have one of his books, Right Now When I Grow Up, I Want to Be an Entrepreneur. So we are going to be talking about all things finance today. So if you're not thriving, or if you're not having a pleasant experience of your life because of monetary issues, please do give us a call. We are here to help you figure it out whilst we are live. So we are going to start with our first caller of the day. So just give us a moment whilst we reach out to our first caller for the day. Second caller for the day. Hello, Magasimbere. Mushe, Denitwa Regina. I'm calling you from Answers with Regina. So I wanted to find out if you're available. We are now live.
But
alright. Do you want me to call you maybe after to consult Taura? Hello? Magasungu Taura.
Yes.
Alright, so you can go ahead.
Alright, ndinonzi Bridget Chipuka. Ndine 42 years, I'm turning 42 in fact, ndine 41. So ndine vana 3. Ndakadzingwa ukumba nemurume akandipomera kuti ndapa chikwama chake. So chikwama chakatsvakwa chikaonekwa chiri pahembe dzake, chakatsvagwa nemwana. So mwana paakamboratidza kuti chikwama chenyu ichi ndaive ndabuda ndichida kushaya kuti nditengese kuti ndiwane mari vane kombe. So pandakadzoka ndakatodzoka vana vatodzimwa vachinzi muri kuzivana namai venyu. Saka ndo zvakaitika. Handina patorwa ndiri kuwana kubva kwaari. Haana mbobvira ambofona. Ndakabva ikoko musi wa 15 May up to now asati ambotsvaga vana kana kuziva kuti vana vari kupi, mafizi evana haana kubhadhara. Saka I'm struggling kuti vana vaende kuchikoro, vakuisa food on the table. Because handisati ndawanawo basa, ndiri kutsvagawo basa, ndiri kushaya. Pandaigara kwachikoko ndawana basa ndandatanga kuenda. Saka mari yandaiofa yacho yainge ingori $100. Pane paida usingakwire kombi. Saka ndizokwira kombi nekwandakugara. Ndaigara kuSouthlands, ndakugara kwamachepisi. saka kuzoti zvida kukwira kombi mari yacho haizokwana, saka ndomamirira zvakaita.
All right, thank you so much Maita Basa. Nasi tine lucky rekuti we have a finance expert mu studio achange achitipa mazano ekuti tingaite sei financially ne situation yatinayo, but ndandoda kumbobvunza 1 or 2 questions kuti tingowana more insight nezviri kuitika. So basa ramaishanda raikupai 100 ranga riri basa rechinyi?
Panga pari pacreche ndakaitawo zvepara kakoske 6 months.
Okay.
Saka pamba ari pacreche pandandiri.
All right. So guest wandinaye vanoitwa Trinos, so I'm going to find out if he also has questions. Do you have questions for?
All right. How are you, Makadi, Miss Bridget?
Tiripa Makadi se.
No, I'm all right. So matikubva May kusvikira nhasi June makamira kushanda weni kwe100 uku?
Handisi kunyatsonzwa. Matikubva May chi
kusvika zuva ranhasi makapedzera rini kushanda?
ndakapedzera kushanda musi wa14 May. Ndandangoone 2 weeks ndichishanda pachikoro pandiri kuti panzi $100 handatozopedza mwedzi, saka handina mari yandakatozombowana. Vakabva vati waterminate contract, saka we cannot pay you.
All right, saka muri kurarama sei? Muri kurarama muri kupi?
Okay, ndinogara kwamachipisa muengineering. Ndinoyorarama nekuita mapiece job kana nada kuachirwa kana kutsvaira majuti. Patinogara kunoitwa zvemajuti kana kutsvaira panze ndozvaka ndinoita. Then ndinobatsirwawo nefamily nehama dzangu, masisters angu, but zvakaoma bhozi wanenge wane family dzawo, saka kuita dependency syndrome ndokuri kundirwadza kuti nongo chingomirira kuti ndichapiwa.
All right, apo murume ari kuchengeta vana?
Haana kana chaari kuita. Ndinotofunga kuti haasi kuchengeta kana communication hapana.
All right. And I think the context inenge yanani.
So normally kana tapinda pa situation yakadai ini ndinowanzo. Hello makundinzwa?
Yes. Yandakunzwa.
All right. So normally andichangotanga hangu kutaura like from a perspective yekuti how tungatangire papi kana tawirwa nedambudziko rakadai so, and also ma circumstances eupenyu achinge achinja. So chakanyanya kukoshesesa right now ndechekuti isusu health yedu, isusu utano hwepfungwa tihuchengetedze. So utano hwepfungwa tikange tawirwa nematambudziko akaita se challenge yatasangana nayo iyi, unoita vulnerable kuti unenge wakugona kukurumbidza kukanganisika nekuti stress inotanga kukonzeresa zvinhu zvakaita seBP. That's why vanhu vazhinji vanoita stress yakanyanya vanopedzisira vapa mapiritsi eBP. Before you know it munhu iye ane ulcer. Mukutonwa mapiritsi eBP. And pane zvimwe zvinhu zvakaita sema-ulcer, misana, muscle problems, kaurara chaiko kunogona kutanga kunetsa. So zvinhu izvozvo zvinozokonzera futi mamwe ma-mental health problems akaita zvimwe zvirwere zvepfungwa zvakaita depression, anxiety, zvinobva zvatomomotera munhu iyeye. Saka chekutanga chandinowanzokurudzira ndechekuti tichitraya kusolva problem iyi ngatitange kuchengetedza utano. So zvinoreva kuti instead yekuti mupfungwa mugare zvinhu maproblems ese, maproblems ngaagare pabepa. Saka kunyora maproblems edu kunobatsira kuti pfungwa dzedu panguva yese tisarambe tichingoprocessa, tichingoramba tichingofunga, but tikamaisa pabepa tikamaona tinokwanisa kudhila nawo ari pabepa. Zviri nani kuti pamune makuda kumafunga munotora bepa renyu rerya motarisa, then mochitanga kuita sekusolva, and vandinavo munomu tichabatsirana kuti financially munogona kusolva sei handiti. And then tofanira kumaintaina futi kuti tiri kurara, tiri kuwana nguva yakakwana yekurara, and then tinofanira kuwana nguva nevana, tinofanira kuwana nguva nevana yatagara tichingowana tichivapa attention, because dzimwe dzenguva tikaita stress tinotanga kuignore mamwe maparental duties. Vana vanobhayisira vakubowa dzimwe nguva because vanouya vachikudisturba uri pakati pepfungwa chaidzo. And zvakakosha kuti tirambe tichingoita vabereki vakanaka panguva iyoyo. Then tinoita futi nyaya yekumwa mvura chaiyo nekuexercise, kuchengetedza muviri kuti urambe uri fit, nekuti muviri wedu ukatanga kuita machallenges. Right now tiri kumwa mapiritsi eBP, ngatibva taisa full stop kuti zvakwana zvandaruza, no more leakages. Handichafanira kuramba ndichibvinza ndine situation iyi, ndinofanira kungoita one problem yangu ndeye mari, so that kumwe kwese uku kusazokonzeresa mamwe maproblems, nekuti tikaramba tichiluza, tikatanga kutemwa nemusoro nekufungisisa, tiri kucompromise physical health, zvekuti tinopedzisira takubuditsa imwe mari futi kuti tirape zvirwere zviya apa tagara tisina mari. Saka ndo pandandoda kuti tise titangire. Then I will leave to Mr. Trinos kuti vaite take through kuti tabva ipapo tinobva taenda papi.
All right. So ngatichiye kumafinances. Mumafinances iyambira ndoda kukupai handiti ndezvinhu zvatinogona kukontrola isusu, ndo zvatinotanga kugadzirisa muupenyu, kwete zvekuti nyika azodii, hurumende azodii, mabhengi azodii, zvinonetsa, tinozoita izvozvo after. Saka datanga nayo kwamuri kuti inini makufanira kutoseparata also my emotions nelogic, toti my emotions ndo zvatiri kufila handiti, cause zviri kuda uye zviripo. So the first issue panyaya yemafinances inyaya yeincome. Chazvakanakira kana ndinokwanisa kuudzai kuti vanhu vazhinji vatotoziva mwatobudirira chaizvo ka hazvina kutanga zvakasununguka, pambacho zvakatanga pakatooma, indi pambacho ka vazhinji vakatobudirira ka hazvibve pa a good space, zvinobva panhamo, pakushayikirwa, pakuti ndazodii, munhu obva aita shungu dzinokunda challenge inenge iripo. Saka ndati shungu dzamunazviedzeka mushandise sepeturo handiti sefuel yekuti inini ndo pandodraw line. Then you need to ask yourself, what can I do kuti nditange kumeka mani. Maoptions akawandisa, mune matotaurai kuzvikora ende kana makutotsvaga ka muri kupiwawo imwe fuel nevana venyu, munovada vana venyu handiti?
Yes.
Havana mhosva yakapara handiti? Asi imimi ndini muri tombovamirira for now. Saka mulife either une mareasons kana une maresults, isusu takutongoda maresults. Saka imimi mufanira kutozvipa target nedeadline inenge yataurwa yekumental health kuti nhasi ndi 26 27 July handiti June, inini 1 July ndofanira kunge ndakutomeka some form of income. Mabasa ariko zvinoipa mari zviriko. Ndokupa maexample emutauni chaimu kuna vakomana vangaita ngari kugeza mota mutauni ka ukamubvunza everyday akatobata $10-20 yake everyday vamwe tozongoshaya yavo musoro ka, but kuita income, that's the first thing that you must do as soon as yesterday, because magadzisa mental health yenyu ende mazviona kuti vana venyu vatodependa nemi for now, and this is what you can control. Maoko enyu ndo mune mari yenyu. Saka munototsvaga zvinotokuitirai neposition yamuri, musatsvage zviri kure kure, tangai nezviripo, then mabva ipapo zvinoita zvichiwedzera zvichita nani, muchiwedzera mari inotsvagwa. Chinotipa rimwe simba neimwe encouragement yekuti vacho vamwe vatone mari dzakawanda ka vatotoita mabasa akatowanda kana ma10 but unotanga ne1 uenda panext. Chimbotsvaga $50 yekutanga, motsvaga $100 inoteera, motsvaga $200, before you know it panosvika August September makutobata $300 yenyu, because hazvitomboti usimbe. Zvinoda that strength kuti isu shungu dzedu idzi takudziconverta kuita fuel yakutipa, because don't underestimate simba ramapiwa naMwari rekushandura situation, kuti energy yamunoshandisa kuchema nekusurwara nekushungurudzika inongochinjwa energy yoshandiswa manje kutomeka mari shungu idzodzo muchishandisa kumuka makuseni kusvika pabasa kurova basa kutoita different from everyone else matangira ipapo then mutona life yenyu yakutanga kuplanika manje because nothing starts pasina chiri kupinda mupaipi macho which is money getting in tinokwanisa kuzotanga kuti okay tochiplana kuti vana toenzawo chikoro richasei kana kuti tosevha mari zvinozoita chiita progressive kuti after that tinokwanisa kuzosevawo something $100 katototsunyidzira tichitoita lifestyle iri practical saka zvinongooma pekutanga peeverything chero even mbeu dzinosimwa dzaya dzinongogozherawo pekutanga dziri underground hameva dzichitaiko pazozobuda zvinozopfava saka imi musanyanya kutya kuoma kwekutanga because kwakatopfava kudarika kuoma kwekushaya futi saka munongotiza kuti muda kuoma kwekushaya here kana kuti kuoma kwekuwana saka even pamunoomerwa pamune muchiwana raya paya ingozviudza kuti aiwa kabhati kushaya kwakangoomawo futi saka vanhu ndogaya ndivasekesa ndichiti aiwa ungataura zvekuoma kwekumeka mari kwokushaya hakuna kuoma here kwakatooma darika so zvinokupai simba manje nestrength then inini for me mukaona madaroka even $100 iyo ikadzoka futi tatoprova kuti we can go from 0 to 100 tatopedza kuti haisiyafunga kumbiri mberi papa because 200 inozoteera hainetse munoti aiwaka kana ndiri kudayawo so kundikaona pari nani ndopiwa 150 kana kuti ndikazotanga kutengesawo chakati ndopiwa mari yakati hazvitombodi usimbe papfungwa ndosaka matanga kugariswa pfungwa dzenyu first because pfungwa dzikangosimba ende musa underestimate the strength of your mind pfungwa dzikatongosvika namuchinamatawo futi ndokumwe wakasimba muchinamata zvakasimba kuti mwari wacho manje vanotipa simba vanonzotipa zvinhu vanotipa simba rekuita kuti takapiwa matarenda edu saka I think that's the short answer I want to give you now handisatombokufladha aiwa isusu by July ndakupai kuti kuna vakomana vari kusuka motikari mutaunja imomo vachidzinganisa nekanzuro but anotobuda $20 yake pazuva munhu anoratidza kuti then vane musoro hauzombooni 6 months aripo uya tozotenga kamota keke uya tozodaya after 5 years anotozosvika paari kuda saka ingori start yandiri kuda because it's the start that stops most people. I want you to start within the next few weeks once matanga don't worry about what comes after that shungu dzano matanga pekutanga idzodzo kumberi kwekatopfa kuti but aiwaka ini 100 haikwanei ngaisakwane mutoripo panzvimbo ichiuya hazvizokunetse kuzotsvaga 200 either kutsvaga pamwe pari nani panobhadhara munoona kana ndingavhurika muchinamata muchiverenga makaita kakosi kaka muchita makosi muchita sei panosvika December munofona futi muchita mungomatirenos ininika ndakatozotanga kutozotengesa nemafriziti ndichishandawo kuchita sei zvazvakaoma zvepekutanga vana vakatomborovha kana vachitomborovha zviri nani varovhe kuchikoro for one term panozowa kuti for the next 20 years vanoenda kuchikoro saka musanyanya kushungurudzika nemachallenges aripo pare zvinezvi but inini focus ndekuti no matter what even vana as long as vane chekudya nepekurara it's okay then tazobva ikoko munozowanawo maoptions ekuti aiwa but baba vacho kana vachiriko pane mitemo inozokubatsiraiwo mozoendawo makoti muchidi hambiangena zvinhu vanopedzera vakubhadhara maintenance saka ini ndati maintenance inozoyawe afterwards tamboita zviri muzvicinity but musarege kuzvifambira henyu izvozvo izvozvo muchidaro muchizvifambirawo so that on took France maintenance ende mazuva ano yakapfumbira manje irikutopisa vanopedzera vakutobhadhara maintenance haineinini zvenyu but vana vanenge vakuchengetwa nababa vavo zvichifamba zvakadaro
vanoziva here kwekuenda for maintenance
ipapo manje saka maybe tombobvunza Regina kuti vangaenda but I think ndapa input yanaida kupa financially kuti it's not about my steps 5 ari kuteera toda kungopai kutanga to July tikakufunire muti ndambofanira kutsvaga chimukoto changu chandiri kunogeza motikari ndiri kutobata mari yakati you have to start
and then I would just
okay sir
hello
thank you so much
hello yeah so ndichingowedzera ipapo maintenance munoziva here kwamunokwanisa kuenda kunonzwa zvizere nezve maintenance
pane vakanga vanditi ndiende kucivil court hamene kuti ndikwere.
Ndizvozvo. So tsvagai ivo vari kukubatsira ivavo vachikupai information mugara pasi because upenyu ndehwenyu moasesa mega kuti ndozvandiri kuda here because vanhu vanokwanisa kukupai advice and then mugara pasi moti izvi ndozvandiri kuda here neupenyu hwangu seadvice yatiri kukupai munozosarudza kuti okay ndichatora 1 2 3. So nyaya yemaintenance yataurwa it's very important but you need to sit down and say look regai ndimbononzwa vandiudze zvizere and then moita decision yenyu kuti makuita application kana kuti makuita sei but zvakakosha because maintenance is for the kids. Wese mubereki ane responsibility towards vana vazhinji vabereki vanoti aina ndisi kuda kuenda kumaintenance ndozvichengetera vana vangu but it's not about iwewe mubereki. Maintenance ndeyevana. Yes, so unonga kutodeprive vana their right because vana vane right yekuti vachengetwe nemubereki wavo. So just think about it and then moenda munonzwa zvizere then mopiwa information mochitanga kufambira mapepa ayo kana muchinge mafunga. Then chimwe chinhu chanonchoda ngowedzera pane zvataurwa zve-income. Handiti izi munoziva here kuti ma-expenses enyu akamira sei? Okay. Imimi kana muchienda mati uko makatomira basa saka hamuna expense yetransport izvozvi ndizvo?
Ndakatomira basa saka kwana taigara kuSouthland saka vana vanodzidza kwamachipisa pandakabva ndatsvagira imba kwamachipisa kuti ndikati ma-expenses because mwana wega wega aida $5 per week.
Alright, transport. Saka imi makatokata saka makatokata zvichiratidza kuti mutori munhu akachenjera chaizvo you are very smart financially. Kana muchikwanisa kutogara pasi muchiita mazano akadaro it means kuti you are sharp. And then ivo vana vanobhadhara mari fees.
Okay, vana va-E3 one ari kusecondary anoda 130 per term. Then vadiki vari kuprimary vanoda $100 per term. $100 and 50-50.
Oh, 50-50, 100 vese. So total school fees per term it's about 230. And it's ndizvo. And 230 iyi term yedu ine 3 months ndizvo. Saka tine 3 months yekuunganidza 230 paterm yega yega ndizvozvo handiti?
Hazvo but ari kusekondari manje vanoda kuti mwana fees ibhadharwe paholiday ndo kunonetsa kune pressure yakanyanya.
Alright.
But 3 months zacho zinokwana because yeholiday month number 4 saka it's okay. Tine bonus month yeholiday atina kuyeverenga apa. Isitumuyerenga 3 months dzemuterm saka zvinobuda zviri calculate. So and also chinoitika ndechekuti kana tichinge tabhadhira 130 yoyo yadiwa ka1 tasarwa neterm yese kuti tiunganidze mari for the other term. Saka the reason why ndiri kungoda kudambura and then imini munoziva here kuti pamwedzi munoda chikafu chemari
kuti chi
food yamunonida munoziva here kuti munoda mari pafood imimi nevana?
Food zvandakaita ndandisina kumbocalculate pana ndichiri kuSouthlands ndaiti ndikaita mapiece job angu ndaitamba maraundi saka mabasics ese ndanga ndakangoma stoka ndakangoya nawo ezvinezvi ndasina kumbocalculate kuti ndingade mari pamwedzi. Chinhu chandinongotenga ezvinezvi zvinhu zvakaita semuriwo ndo unodiwa everyday nekutengawo chingwa yende but mabasics ndandakachengeta pandaitamba maraundi.
Alright, that's fine. Saka ndichakusiyirai assignment yamunogona kuita. Assignment yedu inotipa power because isusu pashow panapa we talk about approaching my problems from a position of power, not from a position of fear, because tinobatwa nefear tikange tapinda mumacircumstances ekuti saka vana vachadyei vachaenda kuchikoro here and kana fear yatibata inoblocka kufunga chaiko creativity. Inobva yaita kuti tifile stuck. Saka isusu tinoapproach ma-problems from a position of power and power inotangira pa-awareness kutoziva chaiko ruzivo. So ruzivo kana tichinge tine ma-financial problems ruzivo rekuti ma-responsibilities edu imari right? Saka tinotanga tonyora pasi kuti pamwedzi wega ndinoda mari yakati inocontributa kuschool fees, ndinoda mari yakati inocontributa kumagrocery, ndinoda mari yakati, and then mimubva maziva kuti mimi nevana musurvive mwedzi wega chikafu nefees and accommodation yataurwa. Anditi zviri 3 izvozvo imari. It means kuti muri kufanira kumeka short without failure. Income yange ichitaurwa iyaiya inofanira kutangirawo padhuze nemari iyoyo. Anditi in fact inofanira kutongomita mari iyoyo, asi inogona kutangira padhuze then tokata ma-expenses aye kana tiri kudyawo nemuriwo kana tiri kuwedzera makabeji, ma-expenses aye anogona kudzikisa kuti anosangana nemari yatiri kuwana. Then kana tadaro because tiri kuronga, saka tinogara pasi tofunga zvataurwa zvese, ma-ideas ataurwa akawanda ekuti tinokwanisa kuita zvipi. Pane income yekuti munowana murimi muri kushanda like zvamataura zvema-peace job. Pane income inogona kuwanikwa vamwe vanhu vachitoita zvekuti mukaisa mafreezes ataurwa ayayi pamba, vana chaivo vanogona kutengesa mafreezes. Fanike wamataura ari kusekondari dzimwe nguva kana atoti paholiday anogona kutotengesa mafreezes. Saka inoda kudiversifyiwa kuti mukati mafreezes maputi madomasi parodhi, then imi mune mabhindawo kwamuri kuita mataura ma-peace job, munoona kuti mukakwanisa kucalculata as well zvakanaka, ende ndaona kuti munogona finance yenyu mukapota muchicalculate kuti ndahodha madomasi nemari yakati, ndasarwa nemari yakati, ndichada mari yakati yekuhodha, muchiita calculations zenyu muchinosangana nebudget yenyu izvi zvinokubatsirai kuti muite at peace because mune muchiziva exactly zviri kuitika. Problem yatinoita tikaita ma-financial problems and totanga kuita shoot in the dark, kungoti ndawana at least ndawana peace job $5 mubva matoenda munotenga madomasi. Chinonetsa ndechoti munogara mungori nestress because hamusi kutoziva kuti zvichapera rini. Asi mukaziva kuti inini ndinoda kuti ndinyatsogara zvakanaka ndinoda kubata $100 pamwedzi, then mune muchitoziva kuti pamwedzi wega munofanira kutoshingirira kuti mukawana 5 mukawana 10 mukawana chimwe, imwe mune muchitoisa paside, mune muchiziva kuti iyi ndeye fees, iyi ndeye magrocery, iyi ndeye zvinobatsira because munoataka ma-problems from an empowered perspective. Munenge muchinyatsoziva zviri kuitika nemari and hamuzokumbidze kupfachura vaive vanobatsira vaive vakauya vakati vakakupromisai kuti ndichabhadhara fees yaningi and then vokurasisai, you are still able to meet your own expenses. Hamuzovenge vanhu kuti akandipromisa kuti achandibatsira nefees yemwana. Mune muchitoziva kuti imimichi zvinhu zvenyu munobatanidza kuti zviite zvibhalansi. So garai pasi munyatsofunga kuti first motanga macalculate, mozochifunga kuti zvii zvandinogona kuita zvinomita mari idzi, but munyatsoziva mari dzenyu muchinyatsodziona makadzinyora pasi. Pari sei papo?
Aiwa, pakanaka maita basa mimi.
Mabatsirikana.
Aiwa, ndabatsirikana. Thank you so much.
So musakanganwe mimi to take care of yourself, and also musakanganwe kuzotiudza kuti zvafamba here kana kuti hazvina. Kana zvisina kubudirira, tinavo financial coach vedu vari munomu vamambotaura navo varipo. Kana zvisina kubudirira, just reach out to us motiudza, then we can see kuti kana muchinge mazounganidzawo mari ende muchida kuti muwane consultants kana kuti mungukonsulta kuti ndambosvikawo apa but apa ndapererwa, tinenge tichizokubatsira kuti munozvifambisa sei. But tombotangira ipapapa for now. I'll just find out kuti pane zvimwe zvavada kuwedzera here tisati tavhara call yedu.
Aiwa, ndizvozvo inini ndapedza bozi ndati tikatutira zvinhu zvakawandisa hapana chinobuda, ngatite one step at a time. Izvi mukarita sokudaro. What I also love about it, once you start that 100-mile first step, anoteera anenge atonyore, anenge atosiyana because hatoda kuti mungotanga, hatoda kuti muzogrowa ubva ipapo, vana vachiramba vachiendawo chikoro, form 5 achipedza achiendawo kucollege. Zvinotanga kungopfutunuka and then imimiwo futi mune potential to become more. It's not like muchangoda ngorera vana You can actually then start something chinotozokura and then you become more, and saka for now just start, then toita step by step, more shinga moisawo energy yenyese ma challenges life anoramba aripo, but then you become bigger than the challenge. Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Mune mumwe mubvunzo here tisati tavhara? Hello?
Hello.
Mune mumwe mubvunzo here tisati tavhara?
Aiwa, handina mubvunzo mem. Maita basi.
All right, thank you so much. Muve nezuva rakanaka.
All right, thank you.
All right, so normally, like, what are the steps when you get stuck financially? Where do you start?
In the mind.
In the mind,
There's
right?
nothing you can achieve in the mind. That's why I loved your starting point. It can only start in the mind. Don't underestimate the power of the mind, because people talk about the power of the mind on the positive side, but also on the impediment side. Because if your mind is not made up, you won't go. A person who has decided to go and look for a job will find it with the right mental stamina and determination. Remember, what stops a lot of people also is then challenges, obstacles, and want to anchor more on our excuses and so on and so forth. So I always say it's the mind first.
Because when you also have that, like what you were saying, and I'm happy you picked that up. The idea that there is someone who, I'm thinking there's someone else who needs to be responsible for these children, and they are not pulling, or they are not putting up the other end of the deal. Then I get stuck, because I'm thinking I'm stuck with these kids, but I'm not supposed to be here. It limits my thinking in terms of me actually looking within to come up with the solution for the problem that I'm facing.
And also, God forbid, there's a lot of factors in this issue. Marriage, what if it breaks? You're in a marriage and you're not employed. It might be comfortable, we pray for long-lasting marriages, but insurance, contingency, or, it's just backup, which is important. I think at the very least, are you qualified enough? What can you do? Probably even your spouse has passed away. So I think that's also a dangerous move to just go, at least without a contingency plan. So I think there's the effect of marriage as well, the incomes within the marriage, or at least potential incomes, in case of either divorce or death, whatever it is, which happens. And then we come back to the individual, especially women. I think they're most affected because they're not naturally the ones be responsible for taking care. In some cases,
culturally,
they are cultured. So then we come back to say, okay, it's fine. She also has to just come to terms with what has happened. It's okay. You can't change the past, you cannot change the future or create a brand new ending. And then we come back to you and say, that's why I love giving examples. Say someone has gone to clean cars in town. They have nothing, you don't need anything with them. The bucket they found in town, the soap they might find in town. And it's just trying to show you that you can start from anywhere and everyone can start.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me invite our next caller.
Hello.
Hello, sir. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning to you.
Fine, thank you. You're speaking to Regina. I'm here with Trinos Dongo. He's a finance expert. Makasunungu Kaere, are you okay with taking this call right now?
All right, just give me a minute.
Okay. Right, put it on mute.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah. Yes, I can. Just 1 second.
It's okay.
All right. I think I'm ready now.
All right, so tisatatanga urukure yedu, or before we start, what language are you comfortable with? Tosanganisa ere, or we stick to whichever language you're comfortable with?
It's okay. Even Shona, it's okay.
English and Shona, so we can mix in between the two.
Yes, there's no problem.
All right, so tisatatanga ndantoda ngokuyeuchidzai kuti musazotaura zita renyu online, musataure mazita evamwe vanhu vanokuzivai o vanogona kuzoziva kuti ndimi kana nzvimbo dzinogona kuzoassociatwa nemi. Pari sei ipapo?
It's okay.
All right.
Hapana problem.
All right, thank you. So munogona kukontinya yedu motiudza kuti what's going on your side, then isusu me and Trinos tichatraya nemazvo kuti tifambe nemi pa show yedu panapa atiwanzokoshesa kuti tikuudzei zvekuita, but tinokoshesa kuti tifambe nemi takabatana maoko tichionesana kuti tingazvifambise sei tichibatsirana. Pari sei papo?
I want to nzwisisa.
All right, so you can go ahead, sir.
Okay. Problem yakatanga muza ndinorana kagambani kangu haina kunyanya kukura maningi.
Okay.
But zvinhu zvamboenge zvichiflorisha, but now zvakatanga kuzombota kungodropa down mbichana. So mukudare imomo ka lifestyle kananga ndangozvijaidza okay kudai uchimboenda out uchiita sei ndakakutanga ndichibhorowa mchana uchidaro udzosera uchibhorowa uzoona mapromise kuti order ichabuda musi wakati, then you start ndakubhorowa futi, but virtually problem ndeyekuti ndakapedzera ndatomove this gomba randiri manje rekuti kutoshaya kuti zviri kufamba sei, and owing people my excuses akupera, you know.
All right. Okay, so right now, hello, mukundinzwa? Yes, I can hear you. You can continue.
Hello, can you come again?
Yes, munogona kukontinya yenyu tikukunzwai.
All right. Okay. Saka ndozvanenge taura kuti ndakapedzera ndakuti watora kuna uyu watadza kudzorera icho wakutora kuna chimwe and on until now you are madamu mugomba chairo ine rat yedate. Saka unenge wakushaya kuti wotangira papi, wotaura nani, woita sei. And sometimes unenge wakatotora kuna umwe pekunyara, you know, that kind of thing.
Okay, and izvozvi tikatarisa situation yedu yakamira sei, date yedu yasvika papi?
The amount.
The total amount.
I would say plus or minus 4,000.
Plus or minus 4,000. And are we owing one person or is it several people? How many people estimatedly are we owing with the 4,000?
I would say maybe five or six people.
5 or 6 people. And the biggest amount that you owe someone, Ipapo, is how much?
About 1,900.
1.9, that's one person. Then vamwe ava 5 or 6. The least Ipapo in the Mari. Least
the least I think is $40.
$40. And in terms of your own responsibilities, Akamira say, like in the financial responsibilities in you on a month-on-month basis, because when we have debt, totally negative, but yet we also need to live and survive. Shakamira say, Papo, what are some of the expectations that you are supposed to, you are obligated to on a month-on-month basis?
On month on month, it's the usual my bills, home bills, and those kind of things. Home bills, office rental, car insurance, and that kind of thing.
All right. Okay. So and just
plus or minus. I would say plus or minus. Monthly, probably on those. I don't pay rent and accommodation. I got my own house, but roughly it's to be about 700 to 1,000 monthly.
Monthly expenses. Panama school fees.
Ale?
Are there any school fees? Panama school fees here? Do we have school fees?
No.
There are no school
No.
fees. Are you married?
Oh, yes, yes, and all my kids are grown up. They're living, they're having their own life.
Oh, okay. All right. That's good. All right. So where Pantulo Titangire first, right? I'll just set the foundation, then I will hand over to our finance coach. So Pantulo Titangire first is Panyaye Utano Wepfungwa, mental health.
Yes,
The world,
actually.
sorry?
Right, yeah. The thing is really affecting my mental health. Like, I can feel it. Sometimes I feel like giving up. It was, I've disappointed people, and some bad thoughts start creeping in.
All right. So patiri apa to notice susu, and which is what has happened because ndikufarira kuti mimi you have reached out. So zvazviri kungoreva pa stage ya muri, especially when you feel like giving up. Zviri kungoreva kuti muri pa stage yatinoti isusu sinking, right? So kana tichiti munhu akunyura trukuti hatisi kuti munhu they are not going to be no more, no. Trukungoti at this point tapinda mumvura but hatina capacity yekuswima tiri tega, right? And this is why you reached out. And zvamatoita ndiyo chayo solution yekutanga. When you are sinking and you don't have capacity to swim, you just cry for help. Ndo chete zvaunokwanisa kuita, and then vari padhuze vanokwanisa kunge vaine skill yacho vanobva vatongopinda mvura makutobuda. Saka zvichireva kuti that solution yamuri kufunga iyoyo kuti I think ndasvika pekupedzisira, I should just live this life because I've disappointed so many people. Iyoyo pfungwa haisi necessary sekuti matoita cry for help. Zvichireva kuti imimi muri kuda kupusha kuti musurvive, mubve musinking, kana tabuda musinking takupinda musurvival. And mumatobuda musinking mato musurvival because you have reached out to us. Saka takutongobatsirana kuti what can we do to survive? Ndizvo here.
Yeah, it's all right. Yes, I get it.
Because you see kuti it's not necessary kuti usinke when there is help available. It's just crying for help, then you get the need without thinking too much about, ndakutonyura panapa. You just do the best that you can to reach out, then you get help, then takuta move on to the next step. So I want to say that tikaenda nepfungwa iyoyo tinogona kutozoona kuti tichazokwanisa kuve vanhu maybe vanozokwanisa kutovakawo vamwe vanenge vakusinka, because iwe kana wakambopabuda ukazoona mumwe akusinka wakutokwanisa kunge une skill yekubuda because wakambopapinda ipapo. So that's where I wanted to start. And then I also just wanted to say kuti zvamatotaura kuti marecognize kuti mental health yenyu ya compromised, it's very good kuti mazviona izvozvo nekuti you actually need yourself kuti mukwanise kuzvibuditsa musituation. So we need to take care, you need to also take care of yourself. So isu tinotangira pari basic ndepekuti are you sleeping well, are you eating well, and also what is your mood like throughout the day? Muri kurara here zvakanaka manheru?
Kurara maindo problem. What is actually happening is I every day I'm going to sleep at probably 1 or 2 a.m. After I've taken some sleeping tablets.
Okay.
And those sleeping tablets, when I one, then it was not effective. Now they're 2.
Okay.
So if I go to bed, say like last night, I went to bed at 2 a.m. But by 5, 6, I'll be already up. Oh, my sleeping is not very good at the moment. And hello?
Yes.
And of late, I can also notice that my eating habits are not as they were. I'm eating less and less.
Okay. 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 Okay All right. So for those two, I will just do ndichangukupa a brief exercise kamunogona kuita, right? For just especially the sleeping part, so that chimunogona utanga apply. But what we are going to do after this call, ndichakuita kuti mupiwe ma contacts for further support, so that munokwanisa kugara ne vanhu pasi vanoita counseling like experts vanogona kungobatsira kuti how can you navigate some of the issues that you are facing. But ndoda kuti tibatsirane panyaya finance since tina finance expert in the house. So in terms of the sleep, anditi usually sleep yedu inokanganisika nekuti tine zvinhu zvakawanda zviri kushandisa pfungwa dzedu kana tichinge taenda kunorara. So as long as pfungwa dzedu dzisiri settled kuti takuchikwanisa kuresta, we won't be able to get that sleep. So one of the techniques yatinogona kuita ndeye kujonela, kutsvaga bepa chairo chairo toita yatinoti offloading. It's a process of offloading. So what you're doing is you are writing down everything that you are thinking about in your mind. So kana turi kunyora chikwereti chanhingi azofona ka2 tine chikwereti chanhingi and groceries ndichaita sei, office rent, vanhu veoffice vari kunetsera rent. So you write down all your concerns in a journal, right? And then you look at those problems ese munomatarisa ese kudai so mobva mati iyi ndoita sei zvamuine mazano ekugadzirisa mobva matonyora kuti ndichafonera landlord ndonegotiata kana muri kukwanisa kana kuti ndichadi zvamunokwanisa kuita imimi. Zvamusingakwanisi kuita mutoziva kuti ava landlord ava vanonetsa kana kunegotiata navo dzimwe nguva munobva mati ya landlord I can't do anything about it. So what is it that I can do right now? What I can do is to say, look, in this meantime, because andina chandinokwanisa kuita with the landlord, what type of proposal can I do na landlord ava kuti ndingovaonesa pandiri and my challenges and the fact yekuti chi ndo zviripo and I can't meet that expectation. So ndichangonovaudza kuti ndaita challenge, mari yenyu ichauya pakati nepakati because handikwanisi kana kutombonegotiata saka ndangovaudza chokwadi chiripo, right? So but you are trying to chandinongotaura ndechikuti you are actually trying to figure things out, but you don't have to have solutions to everything. Pane zvimwe zvamuchasangana nazvo zvamusingatokwanisi kuita anything about, you just pray about those. Then you will realize kuti pane zvimwe zvamunogona kuita with the help of others. Kuti ndinokwanisa kubatsirwa nanhingi izvi. Then like zvamakangoita kuti ndingaite sei, let me reach out to these people. Then mobva matongonyora kuti tomorrow ndichafonera ava, ndichadai ava. So that by the time yamunoenda kunorara mupfungwa dzenyu munenge makagadzikana kuti I have solved zvinhu zvese zvanga zviri mupfungwa and zvandisina kukwanisa kusolva ndakungozviendesa. If you are spiritual munogona kunamata about them depending with your belief system, kuti belief system yenyu yakamira sei, mungozvireleasa so that murambe muri burdened kuti murambe muchiita figure things out. But I will leave to our finance expert kuti vanyatsopinda in detail on that. Then two other issues, I would say it's important kuti mumwe mvura yakakwana pazuva. You need to drink enough water. At least that is within your limits. You can actually do that within your own power. Taking walks if you can, kana ku exercise zvakakosha. Why? Because we want to put a stop to the problems agara aripo. Hatisi kuda kutanga kuaccumulate mamwe ma problems anozobuditsa futi mari ekuti now we are not well, takufana kuenda kunobhadhara ma hospital bills because you are having headaches, you are dehydrated, you are not drinking enough water, you are now having headaches, kana kuti makuita ma ulcer, stomach ulcer because you are not eating well, right? So zvinotanga kukonzeresa mamwe ma problems anozobuditsa futi mari. So we need to put a full stop. Drinking water, exercising, sleeping well, eating well, zvinhu izvozvo zviri 4 zvinobatsira kuti mungoisa full stop pane mamwe maproblems kuti asarambe achiaccumulata. Pari sei papo?
I totally get it.
All right, so now ndakuda kuti tichita move on. We now move on to the finance side of things. I will now leave you to I'll now give you to
All right.
Kranos. Yes.
All right, how are you, sir?
I'm fine. I'm trying my best.
Yeah, that's good enough. Look, you are not in the worst scenario in history or in life. It always feels the worst for yourself, but it gives you then the assurance, but you know what? People have come out from worse, so you can also come out, and you are going to come out. It starts with the mind, so already you can't delete what we have told you. Kana mamuripa or 1% matopa 2%. So small steps doesn't have to even feel like anything, but whether I feel it or not, the change has started. So anything finance starts with income. If you're starting out in life, you start with income. If you owe the whole world money, you start with income. If you want to grow, you start with income. If you want to become a millionaire, you start with income. Good income is the first strategy that you have to implement. What type of business are you in? Like
It's like commodity working, like supplying ICT items, hardware, especially to government department, things like that. Yes.
Okay.
So
yes, and like
yes.
Is that your only income?
Business is not as good as it was.
All right.
Like, government has introduced the EGP system where there's no personal touch. We used to deal with procurement people with that kind of, so it is just gone dry.
All right.
And so it is affected income on my part.
Okay. So there could be a number of factors there, but the world is changing. At least you're talking like that. Some people's jobs have been terminated due to AI. You don't need a graphic designer anymore. You just go on AI and then you've got a very beautiful flyer. You don't need the receptionist anymore because AI can respond to you. So I think we just also factor in that you want to adapt and to look for an opportunity. So income in business is defined in the following way. Business is solving a problem. If you're not solving a problem or meeting a need, you're out of business. Even AI, even the biggest business in the world, what problem are you solving? If you wasn't Nzara, chicken in last year, they get 1 billion in my sales. It's because after every 3 to 4 hours, when I'm on Zara and business model, after 3 to 4 hours, a human being on Zara, that's the problem they're solving.
This was
Ma fuel station is a mona in chikafu chemotikari fuel. Whether station A, station B, whether one a garden, one a maruva kugedi, whether one a guard, whether one shop, it's because fuel yapera motikari yapera. So the problem they are solving is the fuel problem. So Isusu want to go back to the business that we already have and ask, what problem am I solving? Maybe the problem is disappeared because government has brought in this news. Sakapasina problem. Go back to finding what problem am I solving. That's the construct of your business. Kutora, Saka, what business do I do? You can even end up training people digital skills. Training. In the training edi capital training munopinda muzvikoro mutoka pachikoro chekutanga moti ndokwanisa kutraina vanenya IT every week mundipa $100 before you know it mane 10 schools mane 1000 before you know it makutoshamisa kuti makutadza kuita demand but muringotraina AI neIT ne inonzi mungotraina maticha because maticha chakaiticha kubva ma80s kavati muzive kushandisa computer but mangotsvaga product within your industry but it is service.
Also what is his skill set? Maybe he can also
maybe what's your skill set or your qualification or what are you good at?
My qualification, to all school issues, is basically I trained in like general management. That's a long time back before I started. But marketing is basically my bright
Very important.
10 years
and imi a businessman lifeblood no oxygen company in marketing, sales and marketing. So I think one of the challenges might be just that change etika mu market yatati nayo, which has now disappeared. So that is where you want to start in terms of construct of your mind and structuring and planning. Then you come back to issue and you're starting out and you've got debt you want to clear. And I've dealt with people that had debt 10 times more and then they cleared it. So it's cleared by a clear mind first. To accept that we do my debts 100,000 years ago, 10,000. So you're not inventing something new, even the government in each query. So each query, you don't clear mind, because you are the tool that's going to clear the query, you have to be okay, otherwise you're out.
Yes.
Sakamadaro, then imagine your structure. Whether you go to the people you owe or not, they're going to look for you. If not, come and arrest you. So go to them.
Yes.
Aba moto jiga buru. Moto jiga iri buru. Shamari ndine $2,000 yako. Achindura yako. Amuzotari mashuka ya but ndoza moto enda kunoita. Kutichite kunoita. Munazati vana kuna ma businessmen ama millionaire. Kuna ma businessmen ama millionaire ndidi. Avaenda kubenki kuti chiite zvamunoita vanobvunza kuti ndine 10,000 yenyu saka kana ndikatadza kubhadhara munodi pamwe muchabva muziya businessmen kuti atobudira chaizvo but ndokudhara zvonzi tinodai tinobva tichiitai oti achichiitai umutaza kuti but otherwise kana zvisiri kuita izvo chindipai imwe because nemistake yangu ndatolena unoza manager yatozodedza kufunga mukuru wako odedza mukuru wotoziva kuti auibenzi redu chimupai imwe yacho because aitaura kuti however nezvandaita zvacho zvandinyudza zvacho ndaona pandaita mistake ndatolena chindipai imwe iyi yange yaoption saka but muri kuona message yangu kuti hamusi kunoita rude munosvika zvisva opopota ovava oti ndakuenda kumapurisa it's okay. But whether you look for the person you owe or not, they are looking for you. Saka go to them. Ngato vunduka nasi kana mwana kwakanaka here asi maya nemari moti chamwarika. That is if you had not done that, and then you face it. Saka
maybe you can find out from him as well if he had done something.
Had you done that? Could what's your position here? What point
one person ndakambotry nemumwe I did but vakanzwisisa but matage unenge usina like a real munhu anotaura kuti saka ndezvari so answer iyoyo pamwe ndinononoka much you see.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you know what,
because I'll be looking back
so inini I just want to round it up and give you my thinking that can feed into the solutions you come up with.
Yes.
When we're in a problem like the drowning at our it's hard rock and hard rock. We're not saying it's going to be rosy, but trust me, it's better than the other, where they are now looking for you. But it will start unlocking your mind. Start unlocking your mind. Then more, but okay, can you just give me? Approach stories that way effect. Then after that, okay, chindipa just a week to do my planning. I've already engaged a coach. Cannot have engaged someone who is now helping me come out of this. Things like that. Because what they want to hear, whether they're going to come out mambo page bucket, it's okay, but church snap as much power because the situation. So you're feeding into their subconscious mind. Don't worry about their conscious mind. It's okay. Imimi mochiti ndirikumboto ndatoengage nasi someone who's helping me. Saka anditi in a week's time tetawe ne plan or something along those lines. Yekuti takudai saka panotanga mwedzi wa June. Tutai frame zvedu. Takutoza kuti July chakupaimira kati. Saka in short look, how some people clear their big debt was you owe 4,000. Your lifestyle is currently 1,000. You find a way to reduce. Reduce from 1,000 to 300. Munoto reduce izvinezvi itime yekusacrifica marijusa lifestyle because izvinezvi tidzokera back to the very basics imune musha saka it's easier morijusa from 700 to 300 if not 200 marijusa ka mogenerator income kuincome ndokwatira matips ekuti okay makutotsvaga some other avenues of income maona kuti income yako yairi 700 moziva kuti ndasara ne300 400 ndo yasara ndo iripo iri available kubhadhara 4000 moza saka in 10 months ndo clear modzokera kune 40 kana mida kuti zvimbova bit psychologically better moclear vese shoma vodisappear moza masara ne1 indo zvandakamboita nemwe client aiva ne110 ka akaclear because aya ne100 moclear vese ava we4000 moza kuti ini nichatanga kubhadhara after 2 months kana muchitoona kuti zvakatonyanya kupuresa ka hamuende mega munoenda neexpert yenyu kunotsanangura we2000 kundauya neava ndo whatever things like that are the things that people don't use or even know because titori mucrisis tiri kutonyura saka don't think the solutions will feel comfortable they can feel like they're getting worse because azopopota zvopopota zvakabvara tokubuda chitoenda kutenda mapurisa sorry. It's okay. Don't worry about those reactions. They are better than the other attitude. Saka ndoma ways amunita. Then before you know it, my time frame that in the next 12 to 10 months I'm going to clear my debt. It might seem like forever, but even court chajaga rule out ubadara. You know, for 5 years they ubadara. So that's what it is. Then mukadaro already by starting that you start having peace of mind. And then you build from there. So there's so much we can talk about, but for now, I think that's what I'll just say.
Yeah, and what ideas of
I think that this is I get it. One trick I've learned is just to approach my debtors.
Yes.
And what?
The approach one and you confront them first.
Go and sit down with them. I'll tell you for free, my brother, these big institutions, these big entrepreneurs, my multi-millionaire, zvinomboumaka kuti wamuke warehouse yese 1 million yatsva anondomagara pasi nemabhuka zotokumanaka handisina na senti ndatsuro zvatatakawirana zvaya talking to a bank and a bank rinotoona kuti hatakutongotsukungika manapo. So don't be afraid, remove the fear and then build the courage. Confront your biggest fears. That's how you overcome them. Whatever happens, you'll be shocked that you come out alive. Yeah.
I would like to talk more about the income as well.
I think that has helped me a lot. I'm going to have a changed mindset.
But I would love for you to just feed into the income part.
Yes.
In terms of hearing.
Yes.
Hello?
Hello, do you hear me?
Yes,
Hello, yes.
I also just wanted to find out from you, from what we were discussing, do you think there is potential that your business is actually going to become profitable at any given time, or you might need to look at other avenues? Have you been thinking around that? Because sometimes there could be other things that you could be doing even at home, in your own yard, in your own space, that you could be doing that could start getting you income. Since most of my expenses are getting say rent, at least kumba, but now the problem with keeping the business is that it will continue to accumulate income, rentals and expenses, both etc. So you want to also think about stopping the leakages before they go too far. It's not going to get 4,000, but because tabatirira ku business risisiri ku produce or to provide what is supposed to takufana kurimova kuti ruye kumba, because ya system yamataura nezvayo is system iri brilliant ye EGP yamataura yaya, because what it means is you can actually be working from home muchitokanda matenda paya pa platform paya muchitokanda matenda yenyu muchitodikana basa ramuka mutotanga coordinator zvinhu zvenyu muri kumba mutoshandisa house address iriyo ndo yato address ye company, so that uko rent ye company uko kuchi minimizika. And now even my employees, they have become very flexible. If you need someone ukuthi akushandire anogona kutokushandira virtually, but achicoordinata zvamune chicoordinata ipo paegp kana muda kuti akande matenda aite sei muchicoordinata through email. Pari sei ipapo, have you been thinking about that?
Actually, something I've really thought of that right now. I'm looking for someone. I'm just going to sublet the office so that I get someone who pays, that will cover whatever, that will cover the rental. And as we speak now, I'm at home, and I'm trying to deal with the situation, and the wife is learning how to respond to these things, to these tenders, and
awesome.
That's what I'm trying to do actually. But it's just the weight of the whole thing that, you know, there are a lot of people who trusted you and, you know, that kind of thing. So you feel that's where the feeling is creeping from. Yes, about the office issue is something I'm dealing with, and I've noticed that there's no point in sticking around when business is so low.
No, that's all right. So definitely, because we've got probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 actions that went at the beginning. Number one, income generation. Number two, confronting the people that we owe, or rather not confronting, going to them, opening up and getting that response. Number three, stopping the leakages. Saka hazvina orders, tingangodzi simultaneously. You need to stop the leakages and lower on the expenses of lifestyle. Lifestyle is one of our biggest demons. Not just even when you're in debt, but generally it draws us
especially
back.
drinking.
Drinking, but saka mari yedu kai tikagadzira mental health yedu tisitomhomira the drinking, and then also tobva tatanga move forward, but step by step. Exactly. So it's not going to be an event, but it's a process. But the process has to start. It needs also you, the same determination you had when you're starting your businesses. You know, people don't even start businesses majority because, so that same risk taker, you have to okay, that same courageous person, that same person who managed to have all the success, also use your past successes mentally to remind you that you've got this. You know, to remind your brain that, you know what, I can actually do this. Successful, whatever.
No scandal.
Saka, I think once we get started, and it's the start that stops most people, just start. Don't procrastinate. Start today. Make the first phone call today. Reach out. I'm sure you're able to reach out to us afterwards, whatever, and then they start moving. By the time we get to July, you'll be surprised by the outcome already, and then before you know it, you're out of the water. You're now diving into the water now for opportunities.
All right, okay, I really get it. Thanks very much for the advice. It's something that is really, I'd really sort of like given up. Like, and this that's how badly it had affected me.
Okay.
But I really take your advice, and should I keep in touch on that number? Or?
Yes, please keep on, Amber, and also give us feedback on how it's going. We'll also be checking on you. Also, once you are done with this, we would love, when all of this is over, to just come and share your testimonial. We know we are going to be.
Oh yes, I look forward to that one.
Yes, we would love for you to then talk to other people who are where you are right now, especially when you're now out of it. That would be really good to encourage others as well. So we're waiting for you to become that person who's also going to be getting people out of this sinking space. How does that sound?
No, it sounds quite good, and I'll do my best to stick to the plan you've just and the advice you've just given me, and I'll definitely be in touch and giving you feedback.
All right, thank you so much. Remember, this is your life, so pick exactly what you need from this conversation, and please implement like what Trino said. Tap into that person, and let's do this. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. This discussion was worth it. It was worth every minute of it.
All right, we will take a short break, then we'll be back after these messages.
The auction center. We liquefy your assets and solidify your liquid finances. Vision Center. We liquefy your assets.
All right, we are back and we are going straight to our next issue.
I was saved the papers, the divorce papers came, when was that? So it's a war anniversary after this happened. Early June last year, that's when she saved me the papers. We'd only been in the union for about 5 or so years, but sadly, it couldn't last. There were issues. I wasn't the saint, neither was I the right, but we made our mistakes, we disappointed each other, but I wanted us to work it out, to rectify it, but she said no. So after I got the news, I was crushed and devastated. I cried. I didn't drink myself to sleep. I didn't open up to anybody. I just kept it to myself, just to enjoy it, like what us men do. But I'm not there yet, but I'm no longer crying. I've accepted it that I'm alone again, single, trying to stand on my 2 feet again. That's the thing. So after I lost my job, I had a contract. Thought of buying some cars, cheap Japanese cars, to start an in-drive business. One is running okay, sustaining me, but I was accustomed to earning $1,000 plus. So one is no longer sufficing. The other one suffered an engine failure. It knocked. So I had to sell it. I didn't recover much. For something that I bought for 4K, I only got 2,300. So trying to see what I can do to make a living, raise enough money to fund my lifestyle, look after my parents and my kid to the school he's going. It's an elite school in Mutare.
All right, I will leave this one to the finance expert to start.
All right, so to help this one, we come back to accepting the status quo. They need to just embrace, okay, this is where I am. And then they need to set a goal now to say, okay, where would I like to be? So I like that approach where we look at our expenses. There's a child in school here, general upkeep, and on the financial aspect, say, okay, where am I? If there was any debt perhaps and things like that. But there's a car that is off the road because it knocked. I know that needs about $1,000 depending on the type of car, 700 to 1.5, because they basically need the new engine. So the issue is they have to come back to the drawing board, right, and ask myself, okay, how can I generate income? What options do they have? Can they go back to get another job? If that's an option, because remember, we have to have as many options on the table.
Yes.
So based on what
you're
saying,
already has InDrive, and that one can be done by someone else.
Exactly.
So there is flexibility, to grow, to diversify the
That's
revenue.
number 2 already,
Yes.
InDrive. And fortunately, I also run an InDrive business. I know one of the issues is faced there is the asset, right? InDrive is a transport business.
Yep.
It needs a good condition car. So you might spend $4,000 on a vehicle, which will then give you headaches. Or you can spend $6,000 on a better conditioned vehicle. You've got a better sustained business.
Okay.
But that's for him going into the future potential. That's a transport business. It's not a personal use car. And it gets more expensive when you then have a big issue like that, like an engine failure. And now you need to generate, now you need to look for capital elsewhere to inject in the business.
Yes.
Yeah.
So do you think, like with the in-drive business, we get excited when we have our new car and it's on the road, it's in good condition, we get that money? Do we do a sinking fund in anticipation that this car at some point is going to depreciate and it's actually going to be costing us and making less because the cost for repairing is going to be higher
Exactly.
every
So, like any other business principles, you need to do research about the business before getting in. Before I got in, I researched with people that have been in InDrive since it was started. I've got guys who now have 15, guys who now have 20,
Wow.
guys now have 5 or 10. So you need to do a bit of research and find out. So they then start telling me tips, which they also learn through mistakes like this.
And what are some of those
Which I mean-
tips, like especially for taking care of this damage, like long term?
Exactly. Number one, a good condition car.
Spoken
However, with
about
a
that.
ceiling, you can't buy a $10,000 car to go on InDrive. It's not economic.
Okay.
You are looking for models, that are within a certain range of price.
Fuel savers as well?
Fuel saver. Because your biggest expense, hybrid is the best. Your biggest expense on InDrive, for both of you, your driver, yourself, whoever, is the fuel. And fuel is short from $1.50 to $2. So that factor is what affects the income, which is the profits that you use to maintain the car, to pay insurance, and to remain with the net profit.
Okay.
So maybe 2 or 3 key tips: type of vehicle. Most important, good condition vehicle that doesn't need to go to hospital, so that you can go for 5 years. Those that have grown to 15 or so, they can go for 5 years with the same vehicle because they bought a slightly more costly car, slightly later model, instead of a 2005, maybe a 2010 or a 2015 car. So number one tip is the car.
Okay.
To say don't then go too low in terms of price. Normally it affects condition. Number two, fuel efficient car. You can't buy your 2.5 liter car and go in drive. You're out before you start because it's not that profitable. You need a 1 liter, 0.5 liter, or a hybrid.
Okay.
So that your biggest expense or cost driver, fuel, is catered for. And then number 3, a good driver. And I guess good old-fashioned
Responsible driver as
responsible
well.
driver. Some say older drivers, some say drivers of families. There's no formula, but you can just use principles. But I think my biggest tip on that one is run it like a proper business, manage it, fire, hire, and until, you remember, the process of getting a good team is not snapping your finger normally. It's hiring, firing for a year or so fire until you get the right person, hire, train, manage it like a proper business. You solve all the problems that he has highlighted. Then from there, because I know guys who drove their own InDrives first after leaving a job, and they made good money, and bought a second one, and bought a third one. So with what he's holding in his hands, you remember sometimes you're challenged by God, say, what is that in your hand? With what you're holding in your hand, you're not maximizing. So he can now put in more hours, put in the sacrifice, putting the work into what he's holding already, which is the vehicle that he is currently driving, and then put in the hours, and then he can build and also look at other options of income streams. So he needs to stabilize on the income, and he can grow that internet business. I know people that have grown from 1 or from 0, to be fair. Buy your first car, now they've got 5, now they've got 7, because it opens other opportunities like school run, car hire, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, and you also spoke about the pain of the divorce, and I'm very sorry that you're going through something like that. Yes, it can be painful. You are actually going through grief because it's a grieving process. It's a loss that you are suffering because there is a picture that you had for your life and going forward, but that picture sort of like got broken. It got broken, and now you need to actually put in some totally new pieces sometimes, because you can't put the pieces together if the picture that cannot be put together, because now the marriage is not repairable and there is no potential for reconciliation. So now there is need for a totally new picture. But be patient with yourself, have compassion for yourself. It's a painful process, and I'm happy you said, Kuti, you are going to endure that process like a man. That's good, because that's basically what grief is, because there is nothing that you can do to change that situation other than to then start accumulating what we call non or unhealthy coping mechanism. And unhealthy coping mechanisms like drinking yourself to sleep is an unhealthy coping mechanism. And you'll find that why we say unhealthy coping mechanism, we're saying the situation will not be a little less after you're sober. So it does not solve anything other than steal your sleep from you, and that's an opportunity for your body to heal, for your body to be able to get accustomed to some of the pressures and then support you. Because remember, your body is there to support you, but if you're going to wake up with a headache, you will not be effective even at work the following day. Even to count the in-drive money, it's just going to be so painful with hangover. So you also want to avoid leakages, you also want to avoid getting into the negative financially, right? And to actually face the issue head on while sober. And then also another tendency is to quickly try to replace. Because when the pain of loss is too much, we quickly try to find something that could fill in that gap, because that gap is so painful. And when we do that too quickly, too soon, without really healing, we might also get ourselves into trouble. We get maybe someone else who is not compatible with us, who we will not gel in the long run with. And then before you know it, we are also grieving again because that relationship did not work, because it was a rebound relationship. It was a relationship to replace and not a totally new relationship after the healing process. So allow yourself to heal, take your time, move a little slower, and make your decisions a little slower, because when you're going through grief, the tendency to make decisions to just get rid of the pain is very high. So I would encourage you to just move a little slower. Then in terms of your lifestyle, you said you were getting $1,000 and you had your own lifestyle, but then now this car is sustaining you, but it's different. Like the lifestyle, there's been a lifestyle difference. I think there's need to just accept and also have a game plan, like what you started with. You need to just set a goal to say, I still want to get back that $1,000 income, and what does the road plan look like? It doesn't mean you will never get that $1,000. This could have been also just the losing of the job could be a blessing in disguise, because that's giving you an opportunity to actually grow your income on your own terms, and you can still get a job that can complement the in-drive. Then you can have another in-drive, but you just need to have a game plan and to tap into your skills to see what you can actually do with your time and the money that you currently have in order to expand your income back to the 1,000. And 1,000 is not the finish line.
Yes, you can go more. You can go to 2,000, 3,000, and you can actually grow.
Yes.
To say this is not like your benchmark. You can actually come out of this and not just survive, but thrive. That's what we want you to do.
Yes. Thank you so much for joining us. I'll just leave you to say some closing words, and then we'll wrap this up.
I think my closing words, based on the subjects we had today, if emotionally you're not okay, which is at home, your marriage, and you will not operate, you actually can shut down, and then so you need that side sorted out, either moving forward, moving on, and just having good relations around you. The irony now is money and emotions are not good companions or compatriots. There's emotion, there's logic. Money prefers more of logic. How you're feeling, it doesn't care. So you want to use your logic. That's why you want to then make sure either you've sorted out your emotional side, or you just pack your emotions. When you're now talking about money, it's about logic over emotions. And it's inversely proportional. So income on logic. What's the logical thing to do? And that is one of your biggest antidotes and cure for money and financial issues, and then good old planning, setting goals, and putting in the effort to get into a good financial state. After all, we're not here to just get people out of a mess. We're also then here to help them to thrive. That's my last shot.
Awesome. So thank you so much for joining us. Remember, if you are not having a pleasant experience of life, do reach out to us so that we can walk with you and get you to a place where you can look at life differently and you can actually start enjoying your life every day. Call us on the number that we just put in the comment section. You can also send us a voice note on that same number, and we'll make sure that we will address the issue in one of our next sessions. If you have sent through an issue to us before, just know that we will eventually get to it. We do have a number of issues that have been sent through that we have not yet been able to deal with, but bear with us, we are getting there little by little. So thank you so much, Trinos, for joining us. We had a very good session. Thank you, everyone. Till our next session.